craftsmen, but these guys are master craftsmen. So I want to walk. Hey, Craig here, Diggs Rod Shop. Yes, I'm talking through a wrench right here. Got JJ with me today. I got Cassidy with me today. Say hi to the camera, you guys.
Howdy.
All right. I want to talk about this 70 Torino. We haven't done much on videos with this thing. We've got pictures we put up. You guys have seen us walk through the shop just a little bit. I've asked these guys a few questions here and there, but we really haven't elaborated on it. So on the video in the beginning, you're going to kind of see some of the pictures up here in the, I'm going to say my left-hand corner, your right-hand corner, of what the car looked like when it came into the shop. Then we did a video after we took it apart, and we took it over to the sandblaster, so you kind of got to see the Swiss cheese. Well, then it moves over into the fab area, and JJ started cutting this thing apart. And let me tell you, we've got pictures. Again, check your screen right there. We'll put some of those video or the pictures up in this particular video of when he started taking it apart. What I want to do today is I want to walk around. I'm going to ask JJ some questions because he's done some phenomenal work on that front. Pieces that you cannot get for one of these cars, he's recreated. And so same with Cassidy, he's recreated some of those parts too. So JJ, I've asked you a few questions here. I'm going to start right here in the trunk. Bring that camera around here. This is what you got in front of you right there. And, you know, I know that you got the quarter panels off of it. This one's back on, but I don't even want to ask you what you're going to do about that because I know it's been rolling around in your head. But what do we do here at Diggs Rod Shop when we can't buy a part?
Just going to have to make it.
Going to have to make it.
We're going to have a couple of these coming for a little bit of length, and we're just going to have to piece them in and make them work.
Hand fab it. Hand fabricate right there.
You can buy anything you want for these cars from 67 to 68, 9. 70 and up is pretty.
So anybody wants a Torino, don't get anything newer than 69.
That's right.
Or buy one already done.
If they do, you guys have become connoisseurs of fabrication on 70 Torinos. So
made a few pieces. Well,
there's no doubt.
You can buy this piece, but you can't buy this piece.
Right.
So we're going to have to end up making that piece.
Yeah, even on this pinch weld here, I can see, you know, it's just perforated through there. I mean, this whole car is...
everywhere you look, there's something.
Well, before somebody even asks the question, you know, why didn't we just start with a better car? Well, this particular car belongs to a gentleman that this was his high school car. He's kept it. And we honestly tried to talk him into getting another car. Yeah. We did. But he wants this car, and we have a lot of respect for that. And we also have the talent with these guys here. I mean, you know, I've said before, there's technicians and there's craftsmen, but these guys are master craftsmen. So I want to walk you around to the side of this car here, and you can just kind of, JJ, I know you've done most of the pulling apart on this thing. So tell me, I mean, when you look at this right here, by the way, I see a little bit of laser work right there too.
Yeah, we were kind of playing around while we were doing the floor. I wanted to see how good it was going to clean up.
Gotcha. So you've taken it, I mean, apart here. Bring the camera around. We can get off a camera here real quick, but this back rail's a mess.
Back rail, we actually ordered a new one. We found one you can buy those new. So
okay.
We'll have to section that in. We were going to make it, and then we got to thinking with the leaf spring mount in it, we wanted that to be right where it needed to be. So we figured
and some of this
new
stuff
one would be better to.
Yeah.
Some of it has contradicting information where they say it'll fit a 70.
Right.
So we ordered some stuff, and we may have to modify.
Well, we also talked about the fact that some of this Mustang stuff should work for this. I don't know if it does or not. I can tell you back in the day, I've done, when you couldn't buy this stuff, you had to cut it apart and remake it. So it's kind of nice that you can buy some of these things, especially suspension parts. You know, that's critical. So
that's where it falls into the, you know, you look at the pictures online, and it's like, okay, this looks right, but then when they actually send it to you, it's a totally different.
And even if we got to modify it, we're still leaps and bounds ahead trying to start from scratch.
Well, speaking of modifying, let's move forward because, you know, you guys can see everything that's taken apart here. That brings us to that firewall, and in the process, you can look. We'll throw, again, some more of those pictures up of what it looked like. Both of these guys are working on the inside of this thing with the floor out of it. So now the floor is in it, but you can look up there. So the deal with this one is we can't find a 70 firewall. Is that right?
Yeah.
So
you can't get 70 kick panels or any of that stuff. So we ordered the 69 is fairly similar. So we're going to try to put a 69 Firewall in it, and then we'll just have to modify whatever holes or need to move around and whatnot.
Well, and the upside to it is this car never came with AC, so that would be one of the modifications that we're going to make on it anyway. Yeah. So if that 69 actually fits, but it doesn't have the holes, it's not really going to matter because we're adding AC to it anyway.
Vintage air in it.
Vintage air, you bet, you bet. So, and I'm looking at it. I mean, you can pull the camera in there. You can see the floorboard work that's been done on this.
Yeah, and everything the floor sits on or attaches to, we also had to repair.
Yeah, we can take it in. We'll get around the front side here because I want to talk about that cross member that you rebuilt, JJ. But you guys can see what Cassidy's talking about here. That, I mean, this thing is Swiss cheese all over.
This frame rail, inside and out from here back, is completely gone. So we got to pull all these cross members out to fix the frame rail, and then in turn you got to fix the cross members too. It's like this 1/4 inch thick piece of steel here. It's rotted through in this one spot. You got to fix that.
Yep.
The upper and lower dash panels are completely rotted out, so we got to replace both of those.
It's definitely, it was an Iowa car. It caught in the salt, wasn't it? So let's come around to the front side here.
We've replaced both front frame horns from about here forward.
So,
and then we replaced this. I fixed the bottom of the firewall, or the radiator support here. I got to rebuild all this, which I've been working on this morning. Justin did all this yesterday.
Right. Well, we've got an AMD part in there, which this is a good way to throw a shout out to AMD. You guys' opinion on AMD sheet metal parts?
Very nice.
Very nice. Every time we get one, we have little to no modification to it.
All the metal on this is AMD, and every bit of it's fit right out of the box.
Yep. Nice, nice. So we appreciate the fact that you know, AMD is just attention to detail on the quality. That's awesome. So I'm going to move down just a little bit. JJ, tell me, I'm going to get the camera in on this thing. Matter of fact, Cassidy, would you go grab that? Well, the one piece that he had to take apart sitting back on that box. So again, top right-hand corner of this video, we'll throw in several pictures of what that looked like. And Cassidy's going to bring it back here, and you guys can kind of see what he was up against. So tell me, JJ, you cut that out.
Yeah. Well, Cassidy cut it all apart, and
yeah, we couldn't even tell what needed, an attachment lip or anything because it was completely gone. So we knew kind of this shape, and we knew it had to have a flat bottom. So he made all that, and then we kind of had to just figure out how it attached to the frame rail after we put it in there.
I took some rough measurements off this, and these holes have to be here.
So it's not 100%, but it's about 99%, isn't it? I mean,
if you weren't an aficionado, you'd never be able to tell it, did you?
Well, it boils down to this. If you can't get the part and you have to build it, and when I look at that personally, that's one of the reasons why I wanted to do this video, is because that is just a phenomenal piece. So well done.
Nice.
Yeah.
And it's kind of the same. This is the lower, goes right here. You can see where they wrapped the chain around it, buckled it, bent it.
Do you think this car's been in the ditch, maybe?
It sure seems that way.
At one point.
This was where they pulled it out of the ditch. That one's where they jumped it into the ditch.
Gotcha.
This pushed backwards. This one's pulled outwards.
Gotcha.
It tells a story for sure.
Yep. So you have this one. Well, it's right behind you, right here.
Yeah, and unfortunately our TIG welder broke yesterday, so
we're having to MIG weld. Until the TIG welder's back going again. So check that part out right there. That's the part that he's talking about that had to be recreated. They don't make it either.
No.
So
I made both these lower pieces here. They don't make any of that.
You know what's going to happen when people see this video and they're working on a Torino, or they're working on something else that they don't make an aftermarket part for? Yeah, they're going to want you to make those parts.
Yeah, like a lot of this stuff this was rotted completely off. So I don't know. Once I put this in, I still got to figure out how to attach it because there was nothing there to pattern off of.
All we have is, especially after we took it apart and sandblasted it, you don't know.
Yeah,
I mean,
it was rough for us.
Well, that's awesome.
We've kind of had to be meticulous on how we took it apart so we didn't lose the structure in the car and it didn't move around.
Well, it goes back to, go ahead, Cassidy, and take it in the air here. Bring it on up because I want to look underneath of this too. Is a couple things. A, you better brace the car, and we talked about the bracing. Plus, JJ installed the adjustable braces, so when you go to put the panels on and the doors on it, you can make your adjustments there too.
Yep.
So anytime you're taking these things apart, especially the extent that this one's taken apart, boy, you better brace it up. You got it nicely braced on the frame table.
Yeah, I tried to get it mounted right where the springs are, so it kind of like it was sitting on its own chassis.
Right.
the suspension piece, I guess.
And no matter what, it's sitting on the frame table, so it doesn't really matter whether the lift goes up, you know, perfect or not.
Right.
It's still rigid with the frame table.
Well, and
so.
you can see the shape the rockers are in. We got to
Yeah, come on
hammer
around
all
here.
that. They don't make any of this. These cross supports here rusted out. They don't make those.
Well, even
I
on
think they
this-
did actually make that piece. But
Yeah, that rocker panel right there, they not only do they not make that, but they don't make the forward pieces either.
Yep.
And that kick panel, again, you can see that up there. What a mess.
Yeah. So then anywhere we've had to, like, we're not quite done with this section, but
Yeah, go ahead and pull under there and show.
anywhere the floor attached to supports of any sort, we've had to repair all of those because they were rusted out. The inner rockers were rusted out. The A pillar was rusted out on this side. So I've rebuilt all that. Both the torque boxes we had to rebuild. This panel here, Justin made it from scratch because they don't make it to get this in. So we got to do a little grinding stuff still there. But
Yep. Again, nice
this,
job.
all this surround for the fuel tank, for the trunk drops, that's all handmade.
Well, and the cool thing about it is it's starting to go back together.
It is.
This thing was coming apart quite a little bit.
It was,
Yeah, for several weeks there, just to get it so you can start making the panels and installing the panels that we got. Again, shout out to AMD. You guys do a great job on your
Other
sheet metal
than a
products.
little bit of just wiggling to physically get that floor pan in the car, we never done. We put it in, bolted the seat bolt holes up to position it, and screwed it down and welded it. Like it
Nice.
it fit perfectly.
All right. Well, should we do another one just like this right after this one, or
Bring it on.
Bring it on. He says. I figured it'd be about time to take a little bit of a break on it, but no, he says bring it on. So,
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'll tell you, good job, guys. I think it's worthy of praise. There's no doubt about that. This is a lot of work. This is such an in-depth project right here. Not very many shops would pull something like this, out of the old barn and redo it. This was
And
this is a lot of sheet
They
metal
drove
work.
this car in here.
Yeah.
Well, they backed off the trailer, but we drove it in the shop.
Yeah,
So-
well, it had a boat gas tank
Yeah.
in it. That's what it had. So anyway,
But
with that
it's,
said,
Yeah, once our outer wheel tubs come, the back of this car will go together quickly.
Right.
We're ready to put quarters on to hang doors. We're waiting on our outer wheel tubs to show.
you're waiting on FedEx there.
Yeah.
Yeah. FedEx, you got to do a better job. Come on, get with it. All right. Well, with that said, this is Craig Diggs Rod Shop. I'm with JJ here in the Fab Shop. I'm with Cassidy, giving you a little bit of a walk around on this 70 Torino and what it takes to do some of the sheet metal work on this. Again, like, subscribe, make sure you share it, comment if you'd like. We'll get back to you. You guys have a great day. We're in the shop today. Signing out.